Everyone, into day 11, getting right through the program. It seems to be 5 minutes since we started, but we're going along well. So today we're going to be talking about a topic which I know will be very popular with a lot of people, and that is snacks and desserts. So main thing to know is that when it comes to keto, one of the best things about it is that there is an almost endless possibilities for snacks and dessert. So there's a few things you need to be wary of. So I'm going to share with you a few things in terms of how to find the best ones, where to look, and also what things you should be wary of. Now we'll also talk a little bit about sweeteners, because obviously it's hard to talk about particularly the dessert side of things without understanding that sweeteners, whilst there are keto-friendly ones, there are also some things that you really need to watch out for as well. And so hopefully this will give you a few tools to help you be successful and still, have that nice tasty treat every now and again as well. All right. So when it comes to the snacks and desserts, as I said, there is just an almost endless possibilities. For snacks, you've got things like cheese, pork rinds, there's olives, you can have savory sweet, with celery sticks are a great option. You've got your cream cheese you can put with it. There's all sorts of things in terms of cheese snacks, like there's Whispers in the US. Depending where you are, this will vary quite widely. One of my favorites is pepperoni crisps. I make these pepperoni crisps where you just take a slice of pepperoni, pop it in the microwave for 30 or 40 seconds, depending on your microwave, pop it out, and then put on some cream cheese or some brie or, some type of nice creamy cheese. And they're a really fabulous snack to have, really tasty, and really get you good fats in as well. There's a good chance to get some fat in, and very low in carbs. So, as I said, really when it comes to that, your imagination and good old friends, the Keto Yourself Skinny group, Pinterest and Google will throw up no end of possibilities for your snacks if you just type in keto snacks into any of those. Within the group, as I say, the people post every day some really ingenious ideas and some really tasty ones. So I've kept a little bit of a grab folder. I just see things in the group. I just quickly screenshot it, put it in my little folder on my phone, so I've got them for later on. So that's a really good way to capture them. Again, you can do the same with Pinterest or with Google as well. Just Google keto-friendly snacks, as I said, and you'll get an endless possibilities. There are some really good apps for testing this kind of thing as well. I think there's one that called Grab It For Me or something like that. So anyway, look around. I'm sure you'll find something if you want it. But the screenshot is a really good and effective way to find keto-friendly snacks using our friends, the group, Google and Pinterest. So, knock yourself out there looking for them. They're just about endless, sweet and savory. When it comes to the desserts, and I'll bundle into the sweet snacks into here as well, because desserts, again, endless possibilities. Things like mug cakes, cheesecakes. Then there's lots of products coming into the market now, like low carb ice creams. I found one this week in Australia, which was fabulous. It's not to be eaten wholesale, both from the fact that it's obviously you've got to be careful a little bit, and also it's expensive. A lot of these things unfortunately come with a bit of a premium price. So if you can create your own snacks and foods, much better on your wallet and on your budget. And also you've got total control. You understand exactly what's going into it. And that leads me into, the type of things that you should be looking for particularly desserts and snacks. And as I said, I'll throw in the bars that you can buy as well, like the Atkins bars and things like that, into this category. The thing you really need to watch out for is that whilst you can have them and they can be really good, really watch out for sneaky carbs and also particularly sneaky sugars. I'm going to do a video later in the week in one of our lessons that talks about stalls or plateaus. And sugars, hidden sugars particularly, can be one of the most common ways of actually, getting off track with your eating, particularly if it's a pre-packaged product. As I've, encouraged you all along, wherever possible, make it yourself. I say, A, you'll save money, and B, it's controlling the environment that the things that are going into your body. Unfortunately, it's very possible for manufacturers to hide sugars in foods that are packaged. I believe if it's less than 1 gram of sugar in a particular type of food source, they don't have to disclose it at all, or they can actually put 0 sugar, when in fact you're getting some sugar. The other thing is that sugars are hidden under a large variety of names. So when you have a package, I think the last count, there's something like 61 or 62 different variants under which sugar can be labelled. So your opportunity to actually understand, remember, and identify all of those is very much compromised. There are a few nasty ones you really want to look out for. Top of that list is maltodextrin. If you see maltodextrin in anything, I would really counsel that you avoid it. That's probably at the top of the list of things that will really spike your insulin level, and very much anti-keto. So, really want to avoid. Now, there are a few things you can do. There are lots of really good guides, and I will point you to a couple in the reference or the resources, where it will show you what things to particularly avoid. When it comes to what to include, it's generally a very short list. So when it comes to sweeteners, the ones to look for are stevia, which you may well have heard of, monk fruit, which is a natural sweetener, xylitol. Now, xylitol can have a little bit of an effect on some people, and particularly if you see xylitol sweets or candies, be careful with that, because it can tend to have an upsetting effect on your stomach. And I know there's been a lot of people posting in the group that they found a bag of zero sugar candies and really regretted having a handful of them, because they end up spending the next few hours in the bathroom. So be careful with xylitol. Also be careful with xylitol if you have pets. It's very pet unfriendly and can actually be lethal for pets if they consume it, depending on the dose and the pet involved. So just be careful with that one. Erythritol is the other good one. Xylitol, stevia, monk fruit, erythritol are the ones to look for. Much more keto friendly than all of the other ones. Again, I'll include some information on this in the resources, and you can look at that up for yourself. Again, it's not really time in this video to do all of those. Now, the other thing to look for on labels when it comes to, I guess in general, but also particularly while we're talking desserts and labels, is that when you are following the program as we've talked about it, we've talked about net carbs. Now, for some people, they may decide to go total carbs, which is a bit more of an extreme way of going, because a lot of the keto-friendly foods are high fiber, so particularly the green vegetables, high in fiber. So, they are relatively high in carbs as a total source. But when you consider that they're also high in fiber, many people will encourage you to say, just eat vegetables, as much as you like. So when it comes to labels, though, the thing that you can do, and again, I'll put something in the resources here for you don't have to remember all of this, is that what you're looking at doing is taking the total carbs that are available on the label, then you deduct the total fiber, and then take a percentage of the sugar alcohol. So think like erythritol as an example. And people, this varies a little bit. There's not an exact agreement on this, but if you say 50% of the sugar alcohols, take them away. And so if you've got 10 grams of total carb, 5 grams of fiber, and maybe another 5 grams of sugar alcohol, you would take the 10, take off the 5 for the fiber, so you're now down to 5 net grams, and then half of the rest of the 5 that were for the sugar alcohols, so take off another 2.5. So your 10 total carbs comes 2.5 carbs net. Now, again, labels are different in different countries, so it is something you need to do a little bit of research on. And it's also one of the reasons why I really encourage people in the early days to avoid packaged foods, because as much as you can have natural, you can very quickly understand, just by using Carb Manager, how to work out what your readings are. The packages will potentially compromise what you're eating just because there's things in there you don't know about. But look, it's something you can research more. This gives you a little bit of a guide, I hope, and it gives you an understanding at least that there are some good ways of going, snack friendly, dessert friendly, and really enjoying your daily meals. As I said, the key thing really with is watch the sugars. Don't overdo it on the sugars, even if they're keto friendly ones. And the second part of this is that you need to still make sure you are tracking it in Carb Manager and taking your that all into account. So a sneaky snack, you don't want it to sabotage your whole way of eating. So that's it on snacks and desserts. I hope that's really been helpful. The action items for today are that if you are looking for some snacks or desserts, do some research, find some. Find some yummy ones. There are lots of really good ones out there. And really good ways to keep you keep you satisfied. If you are getting those little bit of hunger pangs still, a good snack or a dessert, it could be a hybrid. Fat bombs, they're really low in carbs, high in fat, and really will keep you satisfied, and do it in a very keto-friendly way. No or low sugar as well. Review the sweeteners. So I'll put some information in the resources that you can follow, and if you can keep on top of that and understand what's going on, to at least to an entry level, that's really going to be helping your journey. And the last but not least is to make sure that if you are going to go snacks and desserts, that you're keeping a track of them. Make sure that they're into your daily carb intakes and your sugar intakes and your fat intakes. And if you do that, keep it all, say, within those daily macros, you should have some success and have some yummy things to eat and things that make your day a little bit more enjoyable. So that's it. Snacks and desserts done. We will be back, of course, with more tomorrow. And in the meantime, have a great day.